Donald Trump's home raided by the FBI. This is News Review from BBC Learning English. I'm Neil.
And I'm Sian.
Stick with us till the end of the video and you'll learn vocabulary about this story.
And remember, subscribe to our channel, like this video, and try the quiz on our website. Now, today's story. Raided by the FBI. The former US President Donald Trump says agents broke into his Florida home and took documents. The search was part of an investigation into the way Mr. Trump handled official papers. Reports say several boxes of documents were taken away.
You've been looking at the headlines, Sian. What's the vocabulary?
We have unleashed, tears into, and hinges on.
This is News Review from BBC Learning English. Let's have a look at our first headline.
This one is from CNN. The extraordinary political storm unleashed by the FBI search of Trump's Florida resort.
So this headline is saying that a political storm, that's a really angry political argument, has started because the FBI went into one of Donald Trump's homes and took some documents. Now, the word we're looking at from the headline is unleashed. And a bit of a strange question perhaps, Sian, but do you like dogs?
Dogs. Yes, I do like dogs, but sometimes when you have a particularly big or powerful dog that isn't well trained and it jumps up at you, that can be a bit scary.
Yeah, well then it's a good thing that people often use a leash. Now a leash is that rope or chain that you use to attach to the dog to make sure that it is under control. And if you unleash a dangerous dog,
then it will be out of control. So something bad or violent might happen, and that's the sense here. So when the headline says a political storm has been unleashed, it means there's been a release of a powerful, maybe violent force, and one that is difficult to control.
Yeah, but unleash isn't always about negative things being released.
That's true. It can depend on the context. So you can unleash your potential. That means your ability to do something well. For example, I've heard that you're planning to learn to play the piano, Neil. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yes.
Aren't you a bit old to start learning the piano?
It's a bit rude, isn't it? You never know. I might unleash my musical potential.
I mean, and here, this is a positive use of the word unleash. Possibly Neil's singing won't be that positive, but we'll see.
Yeah, okay, let's get a summary of that. Let's have a look at our next headline.
This one is from the Mail. Trump tears into the double standards of the FBI and DC in statement revealing Mar-a-Lago was raided.
And so this headline is saying that Donald Trump is very critical of the FBI. He thinks they have double standards. That means they treat him differently to his political opponents. Now, the word we're looking at is tears into. And again, this is connected to violence and force.
Yes, so it's useful first to look at the verb tear. So if I tear my piece of paper like this, I use force to damage it. And the phrasal verb tear into something means to attack something.
Yes, and that attack can be either literal, a physical attack, or metaphorical, an attack with words, a criticism.
Yes, but it's always strong. So if someone tears into you, it's quite an aggressive form of criticism and probably not very nice.
No, if you watch professional sports, sometimes you see the team manager or coach really tearing into the referee. It means criticize heavily with shouting and pointing. Now, we've got a word about the pronunciation of this word.
Yes, so the spelling is the same as another word. So the drop of water that comes from your eye when you cry, for example, but the pronunciation is tear. So you have a tear.
Okay, so you have a tear and then you tear, but it's the same spelling but a different pronunciation. I mean, that's just ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, what kind of language is this where you can have this ridiculous confusion?
Okay, there's no need to tear into the English language like that, Neil.
I'm only doing it to demonstrate. Let's take a look at that again. Okay, Sean, next headline, please.
This one is from Fox News. Florida Attorney General. FBI's respect hinges on this case.
Let's break this headline down. The Attorney General in Florida is the person whose job is the head of the state's Justice Department. We're talking about legal things here, the law. And according to the headline, this person thinks the respect of the FBI, that's its reputation, depends on this case. It hinges on it, and that's the word we're looking at.
Yeah, so let's focus on that word hinge. So a hinge is the physical object that attaches the door to its frame, and it allows the door to open and close.
Yes, and that's the important sense here. The door won't work properly if there's no hinge. The hinge allows the door to function and to open and close. And if the door doesn't open and close, it's pretty pointless.
It's pointless. And so the verb hinges on means something depends on something. So it won't work without it.
Let's look at this in another context. A lot of people took exams before the summer and they are waiting for the results in the autumn.
Yes, and getting a job or a place at university hinges on their exam results. So without the right results, then they might not get the job or the place at university.
Yes, and you understanding us hinges on our explanation being clear. And because of that, we'll have a look at it one more time. We've had unleashed, released a powerful or violent force.
Tears into, attacks with words or physically.
And hinges on, depends on.
And don't forget there's a quiz on our website.
That's at bbclearningenglish.com. Thank you for joining us and goodbye.
Goodbye.